First, the New York City Council announced Tuesday new projections that the city will bring in an additional $1.1 billion in revenue by 2025. This additional money is on top of what was predicted by Mayor Adams' budget office. Both Mayor Adams and the City Council must agree on a spending plan by the June 30th deadline. Joining us now to discuss is Jacques Jiha, the city's budget director. Sir, welcome. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Hey, so there are reports that the city has $1 or $2 billion more than what it had laid out in a proposed budget. If this is in fact true, what do you plan on doing with the money? I guess that's the big question.
We all wish there is more revenue so that we could invest more in New Yorkers. But at this point in time, we are not adjusting our forecast because based on the data that we're seeing, there is no reason for us to believe there's going to be an additional $1 billion in revenues. However, we are working with the City Council. We toward prioritizing our agenda and the City Council agenda. And as we get closer to adoption, to budget adoption, we will have a set of priorities, a set of initiatives that are both priorities to the Council and the Office of the Mayor. And we will identify those resources that are needed to fund those critical initiatives.
So let's talk about those priorities in the mayor's estimation. And now, it's a number of things that we talk about all the time here. Policing, libraries is something that's coming up the last couple of days, pre-K and 3K. Do those now get another look since there was talk about limiting libraries to just 5 days a week? And we've talked and reported on this week of some kids not being able to get into that pre-K or 3K in their areas and may having to travel to different. Do we now kind of like open the file on those and potentially throw more money back into those baskets?
Yeah, those are priorities. Libraries are very important for New Yorkers, and so therefore we are working with the council to identify the resources needed to make sure that the libraries remain open for all New Yorkers. Regarding 3K, as you know, the mayor, a good chunk of that program was funded by a federal stimulus, and the program is so important for us that the mayor asked us to identify resources, city tax dollars, and as you know, the federal stimulus dollars are going away at the end of September. So the mayor asked us to identify resources, city resources, to make sure that the program continues. So our job is to make sure that we keep the program going, and which is exactly what we're doing. The challenge we have is we're currently paying for about 23,000 seats that are basically unfilled, and we added resources in the budget, about $5 million in the budget, to do a major outreach campaign. We'll be working with the City Council, go in the neighborhoods where those empty seats are, to make sure that families are fully aware of those seats so they could take advantage of them.
So education seems like it is obviously a very high priority, which it should be, of course.
Of course.
I know there was about $500 million in funds that the mayor has added. I know some people thought that's not enough. Are you saying that there's going to be more than that added for education funding for the city?
We are working with the council, as I said, to identify those resources, and as we get closer to adoption, we'll release a list of all the critical projects that, if resources are available, that we would provide resources to add to the budget. We'll add resources to the budget to make sure that these critical initiatives are funded.
Just staying on the education front for just one more question here, is more money going to now need to be spent on schools, to build schools, because of the way school sizes are right now, class sizes?
Yes, we currently, as you know, as part of the negotiation with the state, the governor gave us the authorization for $14 billion more in debt capacity. Of those $14 billion, $2 billion will be specifically dedicated to class size.
And last question I have for you here, and this goes to real estate taxes, because we have heard from a number of different people of all class structures in the city not paying their fair share when it comes to real estate taxes, or at least getting it to the city in a timely fashion. Are there going to be any changes to how real estate taxes are basically how they're computed, how they're collected, etc.?
Yeah, we are currently working with the City Council on the tax lien legislation to see what can we do to ensure that every New Yorker pays the property taxes. As you can imagine, this is a system that we need those tax revenues to pay for critical programs. So therefore, to the extent that people are not paying their tax, property tax, we want to make sure that everyone participate, everyone contribute to, because everyone benefits from the services provided by New York City.
Well, Jacques Jiha, the New York City Budget Director, we thank you for taking a few moments with us. Greatly appreciated.
Thank you.